Welcome back to The Takeout. The man once married to longtime Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway has launched a congressional campaign in New York's 12th district as a Democrat. Here is some of George Conway's pitch.
We have a corrupt president, a mendacious president, a criminal president whose masked agents are disappearing people from our streets, who's breaking international law, and he's running our federal government like a mob protection racket.
I'll bring in our political panel. We're going to have two segments with our political panel today, so isn't that exciting? Republican strategist Lance Trover worked on Doug Burgum's presidential campaign, and John McCarthy served as a senior advisor in the Biden White House. So, George Conway, the 10th Democrat entering the primary. 10. We've had several on this program, and I'm sure we're going to get all 10 on this program, but we'll try to get Conway on to see what he thinks. Lance, what do you think of this?
Godspeed, George. Go for it, man. Hey, look, but what I read today in the New York Times is that he won't bend the knee in Mamdani. He doesn't want to cater to the socialist wing of the Democratic Party, and he claims to be pro-Israel. Well, I don't know if he's checked in with the proclivities of the Democratic Party lately, particularly in New York City, but those are things that you kind of got to do if you want to win in New York these days. So, anyway, Godspeed. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this says probably more about the Republican Party's kind of realignment in the last few years. I mean, George Conway is a lifelong conservative, is someone who in the first Trump administration, was an outside critic and is now running as a Democrat in a congressional primary. So, I mean, I think Democrats have an opportunity.
Super long shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's a crowded primary. It's anyone's game in many ways.
20%, yeah.
And I mean,
maybe
one of the advantages he'll have is name ID and the ability to probably turn out new voters. That's something that a lot of those other people won't have.
Sure, and he'll be able to raise money too. I'm confident in that. He seems to be able to do that. So again, he could win for sure.
You think so?
Well, in a crowded primary, to John's point,
Fosberg,
yes.
He's also got huge name recognition, deep pockets,
absolutely.
and the other things.
Anything's possible. But if he's not going to cater to the far left of the party, I have a hard time believing that's the problem he's going to have is if he won't cater to the socialists and the Mamdani wing of the party in New York City, I think that's going to be a struggle for him.
Yeah, but I mean, those districts are small and tight, and I mean, local politics still matters. I mean, you have very serious local candidates there who could really break through, too.
John, you were in the Biden White House. Obviously, there was a lot of thought given, off and on, to Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. Are Democrats having a hard time messaging what's gone on and what they think the Trump administration has set in motion in Venezuela?
I don't know that it's a tough issue for Democrats when it comes to messaging. I think they can kind of sit back and let this play out because I think the Republican Party and President Trump don't have a plan for themselves. I mean, each administration official seems to seem like there was another conversation that happened that the president was or was not a part of. There's no clear, coherent message. Democrats, I think, just need to let the administration play this one out.
But the White House is portraying Democrats as calling this illegal, as basically siding with a narco-terrorist. Is that a messaging problem?
Well, I mean, I think that one thing that both parties should be able to agree on is that this was an incredible military operation. I mean, it is a testament to the U.S. military. I mean, that's a safe place for both parties to be able to talk about. But, I mean...
And the flimsiness of Cuban intelligence and Russian... aerial defense systems and the like. So lots of things were learned.
Yeah. But I mean, Donald Trump has basically brought the same volatility that he has to the economy now to foreign affairs. So, I mean, at every single day, it seems like there's some new direction of U.S. foreign policy.
I think the problem the Democrats have is I don't think everyday average Americans, when it comes to foreign policies, get caught up in these academic discussions about, well,
what do they get caught up in?
They see decisive action and going and take out a narco-terrorist and hold him accountable in New York City. Does the MAGA movement agree or disagree with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who says this is regime change? Marjorie Taylor Greene, who says this is regime change and not part of what America First is all about. The last polling I've seen from the president, both internally and externally, he has a 90% approval rating among Republicans. That hasn't changed. Issue. Overall, I mean, the Republican Party is with the president. If you're not aligned with his priorities and you're becoming a roadblock to his priorities, well, again, I say who, because she's going to be not a member of Congress after today.
The Republican Party is with the president because they have to be, and they're afraid for their own seats. I mean, Republicans in Congress have given up their responsibility as a co-equal branch of government behind closed doors. Republicans in Congress would tell you a totally different story. They have some of these same concerns about congressional, oversight and the fact that the administration's overreaching.
Very quickly, before we go to break, and it's a commercial break, but it'll also probably be a candy break, just for your edification. Greenland. Yeah. The president seems intensely interested in the future of Greenland, even not ruling out military action to take it.
Well, historically, I mean, this goes back to the Truman administration, and our interest in Greenland dates back decades. I mean, so this is not new for the president of the United States. And look, I think it's an important country.
What is new is the idea that military action to take.
Well, look, I mean, he's certainly talking tough right now, but I think he's saying to the folks in Denmark, like, look, we need to work together to get something done.
This week in the House, if the schedule keeps, there'll be a vote on the discharge petition on a 3-year extension of expiring Obamacare, extended tax credits. Evaluate that for me, John.
I mean, I think Republicans need to answer for this. I mean, they were the ones.
It's going to pass the House.
They were the ones who allowed us to get to this point in the first place. And if you step back even kind of a second, we went through the holidays and went over that cliff because Republicans didn't take action on that.
Right, because premiums are due to increase as a result of these expired.
Hold on. How did we get to this place? The Democrats passed the subsidies and set the expiration date. That's how we got to this place. It's not because of Republicans.
But Lance, you know the Republican strategy on tax cuts. You pass a tax cut with an expiration date, and if Democrats don't vote to extend it, they're voting for a tax increase. It goes both ways. You know that.
And if you're going to talk about
I got you, but he said the
whole reason. 15 years to also come up with an alternative.
Look, I'm very, very open about this. I think Republicans need
It's going to pass the House. It's going to force some sort of resolution in the Senate, don't you believe?
And yes, I do.
And the White House is going to have to get engaged eventually.
Agreed. Look, I've been very public about this time and again. I think this is an issue Republicans need to deal with. I think it's unfortunate that we are in this situation because the Democrats put us here, and these are just flat-out giveaways to insurance companies. But politically, if you're asking me as a political operative, I think this is something Republicans need to take seriously and deal with.
John, you're going to get the last word.
Well, I would say I think that Republicans should take this seriously because right now, overwhelmingly, polls show that they're not trusted on the economy, which has historically been the place that Republicans have always done their best. So that's going to be a real problem for them when they hit the midterms.
And very quickly, John, Democrats are going to have to back off 3 years exactly as they are, but they'll accept something less than that.
I think that leadership has indicated that they'd be open to negotiating in good faith since the very beginning.
And Republicans are going to have to come around on that
I think they
next week or two, if not sooner.
Yeah.
Lance Trover, John McCarthy, it's been a pleasure. 2 segments. You get even more candy than the one segment ones.